From the alarming trend of student fights and riots going viral on social media to the arrests of school-aged children involved in these incidents being widely publicized, Government of Guam officials, including the Guam Department of Education, the Guam Education Board, Guam Police, and senators gathering at the Attorney General's office today. The group discussing the pressing need for intervention and resolution.
What we're seeing is gang-type behaviors. And they're gang-type behaviors related to, and we're talking the riots and stuff, culture, groups of people that, whether it's the Micronesians, the Filipinos, Chamorros, the Reds, the Blues. This is basic gang activity that's going on. And the AG's office and the police department are the ones that normally get called because violence starts to occur when there's an outbreak.
The roundtable comes in the wake of the most recent riot involving Simon Sanchez High students currently in double session at John F. Kennedy High School in Upper Tumon. A.G. Moylan sharing some of his ideas in hopes to deter student violence with a room full of school principals and other community members. Among those suggestions include Child Protective Services referrals for suspected problem kids.
CP has certain powers under the executive branch to cause investigations. Like when a name comes up, people come on that list, they have the authority to immediately do a home study to start investigating the parents. And I believe part of this has got to be our parents out there.
The AG also bringing corporal punishment into the conversation, wanting to get the island's pulse on discipline.
But on page 36, you have a discussion about what is corporal punishment, what states are allowing it, and what states are not allowing it. And then there's all different grades of it, where it's legal, unused, and so forth. This is a question of whether or not Guam wishes to have some form of corporal punishment.
A.G. Moylan throwing out other brainstormed disciplinary action ideas.
It's no use to, in my opinion, to do corporal punishment when the kid's already 17, 15. Parents need to do that when they're young. The problem that we face as a community is that we get them all different shades, all different colors, and so forth. I'm one of the advocates for not corporal punishment, but we need to start discussing it.
Moylan suggesting whatever the solution, that the plan should include testing it out at an actual campus.
This is a question of whether or not Guam wishes to have some form of corporal punishment. I'm also an advocate of not expelling kids or suspending them. Take the children, take the kids, take the minors at all ages, and then have a progressive form of discipline and work with the principals to decide what exactly is going to be done. For example, cleaning the bathrooms. It's something that nobody wants to do, but with that social media out there, or cleaning school or law enforcement police vehicles, but do it when the other kids are around so you get the positive reinforcement through a negative type of act. And use the social network against the kids. The same thing that we have back then, which is peer pressure, exists even more so now because you have the online bullying, you have everything that we had in the past. We just need to find a way to use it and turn it against the bullies, turn it against those alpha males that think it's cool to be beating up kids.
The AG also asking where does the island stand in terms of discipline. Meantime, Guam Education Board members shared their frustration during the meeting.
We all have a responsibility. We just cannot kick out the kids from school.
And we need more men in this community to stand up. We have a lot of divorce, a lot of divided families, a lot of absent fathers. And we need men to stand up and say, this behavior is intolerable. It doesn't matter whether it's their uncle or relative, and also many mothers are having to do a father's role. And I believe that families are part of the solution. Thank you.
Allow the principal to send a notice to the child and say, you are going to make sure your parents get this. If the second time the notice comes and that they did not show up, the AG's office can send the referral to the court to call the parents in. Do the study right away with CPS. We've got to clamp it down. These kids are taking advantage of us, and the parents, here's the concept. Okay, you're the teacher, okay. Do you understand what we said? Yes. They really don't understand what's going on. So I'm begging you and asking you, allow the principals to send that notice to that kid.
And while the Attorney General opposes identifying and offering jobs to what he calls, quote, alpha students and gang leaders, others like Legislative Vice Speaker Tina Munya-Barnes suggest not reinventing the wheel, but revisiting past programs that many in the room grew up knowing.
Everybody is saying that even to work with the SROs, there's a funding issue. Is it really the funding issue, or is it just trying to go out there and do the community outreach? I think those are things that are very important.
It's all things to consider as the conversation on school violence continues.